why I would much rather be the oldest guy in the gym, or the oldest guy out walking, or the oldest guy out training, than eventually be the youngest guy in the nursing home. Michael McLean, brassballsvideos.com. I'm an ex-professional hockey coach, ex-amateur championship hockey coach, turned 8-figure entrepreneur. You can download a free copy of my brand new book below, brassballsvideos.com. The title of the book is 5 Ways to Unfuck Your Life in the Next 30 Days. It is the blueprint for getting your shit together in the next month. And who the hell, myself included, doesn't need to get their shit together from time to time? You can download the book for free. It's only 22 pages. It's all it's no fluff, no theory, and no bull. My gift to you at the link below, brassballsvideos.com. 5 ways to unfuck your life in the next month. So I was my mom and dad in the last year. My mom and dad are both 90, God willing, turning 91 later this year, in very good health. My mom suffers from dementia, which is a massive struggle for her, but we're working our way through that. But my parents, for the first time in the last year, it'll be a year this August, that they moved into like a Trump Tower retirement home. It's a far cry from a nursing home. They have a beautiful 2-bedroom penthouse apartment, and they have 24-hour care. Their meals are taken care of. I hired a driver for them to take them to their lunches and their meetings and all these different things. But just having my folks move out of our family home after 55 years into a retirement, even a 5-star facility, it's been a real eye-opener for me as a 55-year young man, as a husband and as a father of an 11-year-old. It's really been a 4-bell fire alarm, I would say, in my head, to wise up, to smarten up, and to start taking my health as my number one wealth seriously. I've dabbled in it. I've done a lot of big things in terms of quitting, stopping drinking alcohol. I broke up with alcohol almost 2 years ago. I walk 15,000 steps a day. I drink a Tom Brady 1 gallon of water a day. I don't drink any pop. I've eliminated processed white sugar, processed white flour, and processed white salt. Thanks to my Queen Krista for not bringing that into our home. I eat clean 80% to 85% of the time. And for the first time in a long time, I'm back in the gym. And I made that commitment on December 1st, just before Christmas, to get back in the gym because, from the age of 40 on, we lose 1% of our muscle, a minimum 1% of our muscle, until the day we die. So for me, I didn't do anything weight-wise or body weight-wise from age 40 to age 55. So that's 15% minimum muscle mass that I've lost in the last 15 years. And I could feel it. I could feel it in the stiffness. I could feel it getting out of bed in the morning. So while I was changing my diet and improving all these areas of my life, the one thing that was missing was strength training. Not necessarily lifting weights. I mean, I'm a proponent of the Matt Fury, Hindu squats, Hindu push-ups, where no weights are involved some days. But at the end of the day, we got to do things almost every day that move our bodies and that make us lift heavy things and get us out in nature and get us off screens and get us drinking water and get us moving. And ever since that December 1st of last year, that's been in my mind. That is I don't care if a day comes where I'm the oldest guy in a weight room, or I'm the oldest guy out walking in the snow or in the bugs. I don't care if I'm the oldest guy in a training facility, on the basketball court, out ice skating. I don't care, because I have made a commitment, and it scared me straight, which is what most motivation is. I don't want to be the youngest man in a nursing home. And I do agree that some of that is beyond our control. The good Lord above will decide when my tour of duty is up. Father time is, of course, undefeated. But I have the mindset now that I'm going to take care of everything I can within my control. I'm going to control the controllables. And I'm going to do this until I join the choir invisible, until my tour of duty is over here on God's blue earth, and I'm called, hopefully, to heaven. I'm going to do everything I can to extend my life on this earth. But if I don't have quality of life, if I let my body deteriorate, if I let my mind deteriorate, if health isn't my number one wealth, then I don't want more time. Time is not my most valuable resource. People say that the gurus, the pretend experts, and the long on style, short on substance experts always talk about time is your most valuable resource. It's finite and it's non-renewable, which I agree with. But the caveat in that is I don't want more time if I'm living a life like some of these people that I see in a nursing home, where people, they're in wheelchairs, they've had strokes, they've had heart attacks, they've got terminal cancer, they don't know where they are, they've got Alzheimer's, you name it. I don't think you'd want more time. So what's really my mindset and behavior has changed to quality of time. QTL is the number we always talk about. QTL means quality time left. And in 2024, for the first time in history, the average age of the North American man and woman has been reduced. Think about what we've been through over the last 4 or 5 years with the lockdowns and the shutdowns and all the stresses that came with it, all of this stuff. And for the first time in history, men and women are living shorter lives. And that's completely inexcusable with today's technology advancements in medicine and care. But that shows you the power of stress. That shows you the power of big pharma, big tech, all of these toxic influencers. So you have to look around like I have and do the exact opposite. If people are starting to live shorter lives with less quality of life, then all I need to do is what I've done in every area of my life, whether it's wealth, whether it's money, whether it's business, whether it's happiness or peace of mind, or technology, use of cell phones. I've just decided to look around and do the exact opposite of the normies. To do the exact opposite. If it's popular, it's wrong. So scrolling a third of your life away every day is wrong. I don't do it. I don't participate. I don't participate in social media. I shoot these videos, but I don't participate personally in any of this stuff. I don't carry a cell phone. I use this phone to shoot these broken iPhone videos. I rarely carry a cell phone anywhere. And I have I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. I'm eating clean. I'm doing all these things with this mentality of health is my number one wealth. And I'm proud that if I'm given more time by my Creator, that I want to be the oldest guy out walking. I want to be the oldest guy skating at the arena. I want to be the oldest guy in the gym. I want to be the oldest guy doing push-ups. I want to be the oldest guy, with what percentage of body fat. I want to be the fittest guy, and it's going to take me, admittedly, a long time. I made a commitment December 1st to get in the best physical shape of my life, to be rich, to be ripped, and to be rare. Well, I am already rich. I'm pretty rare because, I'm so different than almost everybody else. But as far as getting in the best physical shape of my life, getting in the best, lean, healthy condition, that's going to be a minimum 2 years. And like everything I commit to, if I'm not willing to do it for a minimum 10 years, I don't even lie to myself and start. When I took up walking 20 years ago, I said, if I'm not going to do this for the next 10 years, I'm not going to lie to bullshit myself and start. When I changed my diet to on December 1st, I made the commitment for the next decade minimum. Going to the gym is a decade minimum commitment. Eating the way I am is a decade commitment. Drinking a gallon of water every day is a decade commitment. No cell phone is a decade commitment. No anti-social media is a decade commitment. Meditation is a decade minimum commitment. All these kind of things. Like, stop lying to yourself. If you're not going to see something through at least a decade, whether it's building an email list, whether it's emailing your list every day for 10 years, whether it's walking or going to the gym for a decade, or taking up the game of chess, or dating your wife once a week, if you're not going to do it for 10 years, don't waste anybody's time, including your own. You're not serious about it. So that's my decade thing, and I started December 1st, and it's going to take me 2 years to get in the best shape of my life. So I have a long way to go. I've got a long way to go. I've dealt with some injuries, getting back into shape. I've dealt with some injuries, going to the gym. Doesn't matter. I'm in for a minimum 10 years. So that's where that mentality gets you through. Because it's difficult, it's hard to change. And then, because I'm committed to a minimum decade, these little losses don't mean anything to me. All of a sudden I want to eat a bag of chips, or I want to have a beer. All of a sudden I don't fall off the wagon, because I've got such a massive goal in front of me, a minimum 10-year, decade-long goal of eating clean and not consuming any alcohol, that I just laugh at the big wolf when he comes to visit. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, this is a 10-year mission I'm on. This is a 10-year mission. You better bring something bigger and badder than that. You think I'm going to get in my car and drive to the liquor store, or buy some toxic foods, or eat at McDonald's, or miss a video, or not send an email because I'm sick? Are you kidding me? I'm a man on a minimum 10-year mission at a time. So I look forward to being blessed where I'm the oldest guy out walking, out skating, playing tennis, the oldest guy playing pickleball, the oldest guy in the gym. And that's going to help me not be the youngest guy in the nursing home. If I end up in a nursing home and I lose my home, and I lose my wife, and I lose my daughter to a stroke or diabetes or heart disease, that'll be my greatest failure. I mean, that's failing as a husband, that's failing as a father, that's failing as a leader. I have so many people that are counting on me. My wife, Krista, my daughter, Emery's only 11. That's all the motivation I need to push that gym door. One of my fitness guys in pro coaching, he said to me, Michael, he says, tell your players that the heaviest weight they'll ever push, the heaviest weight they'll ever lift is that gym door every morning. And I was like, wow. He says, oh yeah. He says, Sidney Crosby pushes that gym door. He says, Tom Brady pushes that gym door. Joe Montana pushed that gym door. Patrick Mahomes pushes that gym door. And he said, you know, with your walking, he says the heaviest thing you'll lift every morning is lifting those shoes to put on. Or the heaviest thing you'll lift in the morning is lifting your laptop to open it to write. You promise yourself you're going to write for the next decade. The heaviest weight you'll lift every morning is the opening up of that laptop. Same thing with drinking water for a decade. I leave the 2 glasses out. He said the heaviest weight you'll lift every morning, if that's your goal, are those 2 glasses of water to put down the hatch. And I've always kept that in my mind. That's the Matt Fury approach, where tiny stacking the wins. Not being too big for my britches, just stacking the tiny wins. I get up, I pray, that's a win. I brush my teeth, that's a win. I get dressed with the clothes I put out the night before, that's a win. I drink my 2 glasses of water, that's a win. I put on my rucking vest to go walking, that's a win. I put on my shoes, that's a win. I push the door open. The heaviest weight I'll ever push that day at 6 a.m., that's a win. And then I walk for 10 minutes in the darkness, that's a win. I get back home, I drink a 3rd glass of water, that's a win. And then I go and get a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I go in and make those people smile. I show gratitude. I leave them a nice tip. I thank them. I try to give them high energy, that's a win. I drive home, I drive my daughter to school, that's a win. Then I sit down, I read with my coffee for an hour and take notes on recipe cards, win. I get up, I take a little break, then I sit down, I write for an hour, that's a win. I take a break, go for a swim, get up, write for another hour, that's a win. I have lunch at the pool with my beautiful wife, that's a win. I have an afternoon nap, 35 minutes, that's a win. I go pick up my daughter after homeschooling, that's a win. And that's just the way it goes on. And you know, I'm 15-0 the first 2 hours of the day. And that's the Matt Fury, and that's my buddy who was in pro coaching. He's like, the heaviest weight you'll ever lift is that gym door. The heaviest weight you'll ever lift is that pair of shoes. The heaviest weight you'll ever lift is the cover of that book. The heaviest weight you'll ever lift is opening up that laptop. He says, once you get momentum on your side, you put on your shoes, you open up the laptop, you open up the book, you put on the rucking vest, you drink the water. He says the rest is simple. Never forgot that. The heaviest weight you'll ever lift is that gym door. And once you cross that line, remember I talked about the line? There ain't no going back till the job is done. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Jerry Rice. When I cross the line into the gym, or I cross the front door when I'm walking, or I turn this camera on to shoot, or I sit down to write the email, or I open up my book, or I pray, whatever the fuck I do, when I cross that line, I'm into a different person. Like Kobe said, the Black Mamba personality. I fucking well write till it's done. I shoot this video till it's done. I walk 15,000 steps till it's done. I write the email until it's done. I drink the 2 glasses of water, I chug them till they're done. And then I check off the win and I go to the next thing. But I don't backstep. When I cross that line, I'm all in. I ain't checking Facebook, and I'm not checking my phone or any of that shit. I'm all in all the way, whatever I'm doing. If I'm walking, I'm all in until I cross that line. When I cross the 15,000 steps, an hour, 70 minutes later, I can go on to the next thing. If I'm going to write for an hour, I fucking well write for an hour. If I'm going to pray for 5 minutes, I pray for 5 minutes. If I'm going to read a book for an hour or a newsletter, I sit down, I cross that line, I never return until the job's done. I make promises with myself, and I have the integrity to keep them. I don't vote against myself. So I don't even know where I was going with that. All I know is I'm going to be the oldest guy doing these things eventually, so that I'm not the youngest guy in a nursing home. So I got something special for you today, by the way. download a free copy of my book below at brassballsvideos.com. It'll help you get your shit together in the next 30 days if you need help getting your shit together. Also, I'm doing something I've never done before. For my monthly print newsletter, the link is below, badassletter.com. The link is below. You can pay whatever you want to join my newsletter brotherhood this month and this month only. It can be $1, can be $10, can be $25, can be $75, can be $100. You decide. I don't care. I do not care. I won't even know. This is my print newsletter, my Michael McLean world building letter. And what I'm doing this month is, the 5 things that I write in the book. I wrote a book. You can download it. I just talked about it. The 5 ways to unfuck your life in the next 30 days. If you think those are good, I got 5 more that there's no friggin' way I'm giving away for free. So in total, if you like the 5 in the book below, 5 ways to unfuck your life in the next 30 days, I got 5 more deep end of the pool. These are 5 that make those look like romper room, but they're only for paying customers. So if you want the 10, subscribe to my newsletter, sign up for $1. It's a physical newsletter. I mail it to you. It costs me $30 to print the newsletter, to send it from Canada, all that stuff. But I think it's worth you test driving this newsletter. So go to the link below, read a little bit about it. It's a newsletter. It's an actual timber, climate cooling, tree killing newsletter, and anti-global change, whatever you want to call it. And go there, put in whatever you want to pay for the first month. $1, $10, $25, $100. I don't care. No strings attached. And then I'll send you this month's. It's the May. I'll ship it to your office. I'll ship it to whatever address you give me for whatever you said you'll pay. I'm happy either way. I trust you to be fair. I'm going to lose money on this deal anyways. I'm buying you as a customer. And if I can't keep you, I lose. If I can keep you, I have a chance. So go do that. It's only this month only. You get the print newsletter at the end of the month, and it'll be another 5 ways to unfuck your life. So if you want 10 ways to get your shit together like never before in the next month, go to badassletter.com. The link is below. Pay whatever you want. Who has the balls to do that? I do. You don't know me, you don't trust me, you're not sure about the newsletter. Let me take on. Let me take the loss to earn your trust. And if I don't earn it, you can punish me. You can just unsubscribe. You never hear from me again. So I'll put my balls on the line. You pay whatever you want, and I'll ship it to you, and it'll come to your home or your business. You study it, you use it, and it's those other 5 unfuckable secrets, rules that I've used many times in my life to get my shit together. That's it. I'm heading back for lunch with my wife, and I'm wearing out this piece of grass here. I'm trying to stay in the shade because here in Paradise City, Naples, Florida, we're getting into the really warm days. 100 degrees we cracked yesterday. But you know what? Yours Relentless just gets a book. I sit out in the garage, or I sit by the pool or under the umbrella. I do my thing, and I just love the heat. I just love the heat. And we'll be heading back to Canada 1st of June. Pretty exciting times around here. My 25-year-old business partner, Sir Marc-Andre Leblanc, and his girlfriend are coming to visit in a few days for a week. So we have them coming from the great white north to spend 7 glorious days in paradise here. I've chartered a boat. We're going to play some pickleball, some golf. We're going to have some laughs. We're going to do some walking. We're going to go to the weight room. We're just going to have a good time and eat a lot of food, a lot of seafood. That's coming up. So stick with me, and take me up on that offer, that pay whatever you want to offer. It's a great newsletter. It's print. It's good for you. It's the opposite of digital. Share it with your managers. You can share it with whoever you want. I'll mail it to you. Just remember what my dad always says. He's 90 years young, turning 91 later this fall. And my dad, every time I talk to him on the phone every week, he's like, son, he's like, hang in there. He says, hang in there. He says, you know, the best is yet to come. He said, this is the most exciting time to ever be alive. He said, it's the best time in history to be a father, to be a husband, to be an entrepreneur. He said, don't listen to those fucking clowns. He says, do your thing, serve people, answer people. You've been called to serve these people, do a good job for them. He says, make a difference in people's lives, take care of yourself. And he goes, son, I promise you. He goes, hang in there. He says, the best is yet to come. Who am I to argue with the Godfather, Frank McLean? So that's it. Sign up below, download my book at brassballsvideos.com for free. And if you're interested in the monthly newsletter, pay what you want at badassletter.com. Both links are below. 2 words that changed my life, 2 words that can change yours. Be relentless.